Hello everyone and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations, where there has been an earthquake, and we should probably get on that. Gotta hurry to the inner temple and... Right. Oh. What are you doing here?
How could I have?
How do you expect us to understand if you don't speak up? Yow! Hey, why am I the one getting whipped?
She's gone.
No. They're talking about Iris.
The defendant, yeah, Iris, she's gone.
Gone where?
She fled. She escaped.
What? Uh-oh. So it was just now during the... It's easy to see Edgeworth's one and only weakness, his fear of earthquakes.
I should have known better than to escort the defendant alone.
Yeah?
As soon as the ground started shaking, everything went dark before my eyes and stupidly passed out.
That incident haunts you to this day, doesn't it? Yeah, thanks for bringing it up.
There's no excuse for letting the suspect get away. I can't believe I let that happen. Right, the inner temple area is a dead end, so she could have only escaped to this side.
We haven't seen her.
Then we need to get a manhunt underway now and search Eagle Mountain from top to bottom.
Wait, Edgeworth, have you thoroughly checked the inner temple yet?
Don't be ridiculous, why would I? The inner temple is like an island. There's no way to escape but to cross.
No, that's not it. Iris isn't the type of person to run away, Edgeworth.
What are you talking about?
Sister Bikini mentioned something when we were with her. She said that the sacred cavern might have caved in because of the quake. And you think Iris might have gone to the inner temple to check on the situation? Listen, Edgeworth, I'm sure she's at the inner temple. A manhunt is not necessary. Wait, what? No, start that too.
Right.
Let's not waste any more time. We need to get to the training hall, sacred cavern now.
Alright, let's go.
Fortunately, the sacred cavern hadn't caved in, but what we found was something none of us could have expected. What? What? How can there be even more locks? What is the meaning of this? Iris? Iris, please tell me. What the hell is going on? To be continued! Oh, I guess I should have, guess we could have gone a few more minutes in the last episode. Whoops. Whoops.
Right, is this what Godot was talking about?
Yeah, the trick locks.
Now then, Iris, please remove these at once.
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm afraid I can't. It's not possible for me.
What?
During the earthquake, when the cavern was in danger of caving in, Iris escaped. And I know that there was only one lock when I last came here. So you're saying you can't undo the new locks? Yes.
If only I was stronger.
Edgeworth, how are you feeling? You look a little pale in the face.
Like you're going to talk with your face all green.
Miles Edgeworth, go and get some air. I'll watch over the suspect. You go and get a grip on yourself.
Don't be ridiculous, I'm perfectly
There's no telling what sort of mistakes you could make in your current state. Go and get some rest. That is your only concern now, Miles Edgeworth.
Understood. I'll handle the investigation in the garden, you take care of things here.
Edgeworth. He has so much pride that he's probably off crying in a corner of the garden. Pride is simply another trap that hinders us in our lives. That said, one must have pride to be effective on the job. At any rate, it seems that this is where we part ways, Phoenix Wright. I'm going to stay here and see if I can't help solve these bothersome puzzles. I see. Well, thanks for your help. Now then, do you mind if I ask you a few things, Iris? No, not at all. Why'd you make a run for it, Iris? I'm sorry. I heard the inner temple had been severely shaken by the strong earthquake we had. I was so worried I just had to come and see. In other words, you didn't run away to escape the law. At least we're clear on that. I can't tell you how relieved I was when I saw the sacred cavern was alright. But what? Then I saw these chains here. I saw all these extra locks that someone had put on the sacred cavern's door and... Who in the world would do something like this? These trick locks are sacred treasure of the Korean tradition. There are hundreds of ways to set them. That's why only the person who set the lock can open it. And you aren't the one who set these locks. I don't think it's that simple, Franziska von Karma. When we were here the first time, there was only one lock. But now, somehow, there's 5 of them. What does that mean? It means that someone wanted to secure the place even more. They wanted to secure it before you got here, Iris. Presumably because they wanted to make sure Maya couldn't get out. I'm surprised, wouldn't she be, like, by the entrance so we could at least, like, get food to her? This means that Iris can only open one of these locks, the first one. Yes, that's correct. But what? Iris, try to think, please. Isn't there any way around this? Well, like I said, there are hundreds of different ways to set these locks. I suppose if we went through every combination with each one, I could remove them. But it will take time, won't it? Yes, about a day if I had to guess. Whole day? Well, I mean... Well, that's better than leaving the locks in place. Will you do this for us? Sure, I'll do whatever I can. Gotta wait another day? Hang in there, Maya. Going to have to call on your inner strength now. You know what, Iris? There's still one thing I don't quite get. And what might that be, Phoenix Wright? I think it's obvious. Iris, on the night of the murder, where were you? Please, Iris, don't give me that look. You told us that you were in your room at Hazakura Temple at the time of the incident. But you were seen that same evening at the Inner Temple. And then, you're spotted at the scene of the crime in Hazakura Temple too. Being spotted at both Hazakura Temple and the Inner Temple, it's as if you were... trying to be seen. Well, Iris, I think it's about time you told us the truth. Oh, there we go, Psyclox. Alright, we got this. I knew it. There's something going on here that we don't know about. Alright, we can do this. Night of the crime. I think it's time you told us the truth about what you were doing on that night. You said you were in your room at Hazakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth? Yes, that's where I was. Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe what you're telling me too, but I can't. Because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder. Well... like, Bikini said it twice. Well, yeah, she was the one who spotted her both times. That's not really, like, corroborating evidence. Like, if someone had seen her in one place and someone else saw her in another, then that might help. Nah. I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course. Sister Bikini. Her testimony in court today was very clear. I was helping an acolyte with their training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back legs sagged up violently, so I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to the Hazakura temple. Sister Bikini didn't just see you, she spoke with you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris, you were there at the inner temple on the night of the murder. That's very impressive, Mr. Wright. The acolyte's actual training was due to start after 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early so I wouldn't be late. What time was that? Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the inner temple, so I would have left at about 9:40 p.m., I think. I'm sorry, Iris, but lying just doesn't suit you. Huh. Now, you say you left the main hall at 9:40 p.m., but what you say doesn't add up with this. Elise's autopsy. Iris's testimony. Rang the lights out bell. Well, but that's her testimony, though. Oh! You yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? Yeah. Oh, no, it was her testimony. But that worked too? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night. Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, you were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Who's that? Me. Yes! So I guess either one works. I guess the evidence is probably simpler. But I was like, that's her own testimony. Like, I don't know that that necessarily matters. But then I remembered, yeah, because she gave us that, like, right before lights out. Mr. Wright. We even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten. No, that's right. I remember. Oh, and that brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock the night of the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far I've managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the inner temple. And second, at the exact same time, you were ringing the bell at Hazakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility. Well, not that there were 2, but I think she has an accomplice. On the night of the incident, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time, which means there must have been 2 of you. I can't think of any other explanation, Iris. No, she had an accomplice. But that's crazy. How could that be? There's only one of me. It's impossible. Impossible? I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise. You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me? Then show me the evidence. Show me something that proves there is more than one of me. Rats! I thought we had this. Alright. What a release, that doesn't help. So Iris's hood. I don't think it would be that again. It's not Larry's picture, is it? No, because it doesn't even like look like anyone. I think we decided that was Elise anyway. Courtyard where Elise Sonim was murdered. That doesn't help. Rang lights out bell at 10 p.m. and was then in her room until the murder was discovered. I don't have anything. This might be a come back to it moment. I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather some more clues before I try again. I didn't think it was gonna be that easy. I was getting a little excited once we got to the last one. I thought we could do this. Alright, so... do I want to present anything? I think I'd rather wait till we have that, like, psych lock removed, honestly. I'll look around, I guess. Oh, cool. I'm finally getting to the bottom of this case. I can count on Iris to break those locks, so I should try to gather more clues. From Sister Bikini, Edgeworth, and Gumshoe. And pearls. We need to find pearls. Anyone in the garden? The cops are still combing the place. They look pretty nervous. I'd be nervous too. It's gotta be a tough job. Especially with someone giving you the evil eye the whole time. Mutter, mutter.
How could I have done that?
Wow, I can't believe it's still bothering him. Edgeworth? Hey, don't you dare run away.
What do you want, Wright?
What do I want?
If you came here to laugh at me, then get on with it. Go on, laugh away.
I was ready to hug it out with him, but he's just the same prideful Edgeworth. You went back to the Criminal Affairs Department, right? You said you wanted to look into something concerning Iris.
Yes. And thanks to what I found, I was reminded of something terrible.
What? You guys are putting a lot of effort into the investigation of the garden here, huh?
There's a high chance this is the actual scene of the crime, that's why.
You mean because of the writing in blood and the talisman in the snow?
Exactly. As you know, those things couldn't have been planted here after the murder.
Surely, you don't suspect Maya, do you?
We have to treat everyone as a suspect, Maya as well as Iris. It's our job, right?
Fine then. So I guess you still haven't gotten over your fear of earthquakes.
No, though thankfully my nightmares have stopped. But still, if the ground gives even the slightest tremor, I find myself short of breath.
17 years ago, when we were little school kids at the same elementary school, Edgeworth found himself in the middle of a murder. It all started with that big quake that hit the courthouse. Oh, I just realized we're like coming full circle on that. Because that was the trial that caused Misty to like lose her credibility.
Yes, I was stuck in the elevator with my father, who was a defense attorney. We were deprived of oxygen and we passed out. That's when it happened. That single gunshot shattered my whole life. I lost everything that day, all because of that earthquake. My dreams, my family, and myself.
It's more than 17 years now. That case was finally resolved 2 years ago, right?
You think I don't know that? I was there, but... It was such a shock. I never imagined I could be so wrong about myself and my life. I'm sorry, Wright. There's nothing else I can say. Not after you chose to become a lawyer for my sake. And not after you saved me.
Edgeworth, you're stronger than you think, so no more of this self-pity, okay?
There was something that bothered me about her from the moment we met. I felt like I'd seen her somewhere before. No, wait. Not somewhere. I felt like I'd seen her in court before.
So you went back to the criminal affairs department to look for her file?
Yes, I checked over every case file I ever worked on. And I was right. I had seen her face before, 6 years ago.
6 years ago?
It was my first appearance in court. And as cases go, it was my worst nightmare.
So who is she? Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, Wright. I can't give that information away to a member of the general public.
What? Why not? It might be the crucial piece of the puzzle that solves this case.
The woman I knew was the daughter of a jewelry store owner. She had nothing to do with Iris and Hazakura Temple. And neither did the case.
What?
No, that woman is completely unrelated to this murder.
What? Unrelated?
Yes, I can say that with complete confidence.
You're wrong, Edgeworth. She's totally related to the case. I need to fill Edgeworth in. I need to explain the connection between Iris and the woman Edgeworth knew. I don't know if that's true, actually. Oh, I've played this before. Well, not this. I'm like, I've been in this situation before. Whoa. I think I've got this. Iris might not be related to that case from earlier. Although she recognized Phoenix, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. My mind is going a mile a minute. All right, that's what we're gonna call it an episode. I'm so excited to see what happens next. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.